It's the e-commerce minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your hosts Bart Mraz and John Suter. The e-commerce minute is a production of Sumo Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. Shipping can be complex. With the uncertainty over costs of deciding which carrier to use, plus tracking your packages, things can get confusing. That's why we recommend SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes. With SendPro Online, it's easy to save time and money no matter what you send, from letters and packages to overnights and flats. SendPro Online lets you easily compare rates from USPS, UPS, and FedEx all in one online tool. And there's no software required. It's all in the cloud. Just use your computer and printer to print shipping labels and stamps. SendPro users also get a free 10-pound scale to help you weigh your packages and accurately calculate the cost of shipping so you'll never overpay. Plus, you can track all your shipments and get email notifications when they've arrived. And remember, folks, postal rates have gone up, but you can now save up to 40% off USPS priority mail shipping and 5 cents off of every letter you send just by using SendPro Online. SendPro Online is only $14.99 a month, and listeners can get a free 30-day trial when you visit pb.com/minute. It's e-commerce minute episode 406.
In today's episode, Willie Nelson launches CBD-Infused coffee.
It's no secret that country music legend Willie Nelson loves his weed. He's been an outspoken pot advocate and an unabashed, prodigious smoker of the stuff almost his entire life. So it was only natural that Willie jumped on the cannabis cash bandwagon in 2015 by launching his signature pot brand called Willie's Reserve, which will bring Willie weed to the masses and sell a line of weed-infused health and wellness products. Willie is now expanding his Willie's Reserve product line with the kickoff of his new hemp-infused coffee called Willie's Remedy. The coffee is infused with certified organic full-spectrum hemp oil grown in Colorado, and the coffee is sourced from smallholder farms in Colombia. According to a release, Willie's coffee is a medium-dark whole bean blend with flavor notes of cherry and cocoa. Each 8-ounce cup contains 7 milligrams of hemp-derived CBD. The product comes with a hefty $36 price tag and best practices for brewing so consumers can get the full intended effect. Nelson's wife, Annie, is overseeing the brand and plans to release more weed-related products like topicals and confections in the next year. The Willie's Remedy line is a purposeful departure from Willie's Reserve, said Annie Nelson. It's not about getting high, but it's still about Willie and the benefits we believe cannabis has to offer.
Well. Could I have some, please, now?
Yeah, well, when we first saw this, I sent this to you, and then we looked at the price tag, and we thought,
it's expensive.
$36 for, I believe, 8 or 12-ounce bag. Either way, that's still crazy expensive. But the reason we're talking about this is because marijuana, cannabis, CBD, that is a huge, huge business now. And it's interesting to watch because marijuana is still a Schedule I drug. It's still considered a drug.
Federally, yes, I think.
Federally, it is. But for some reason, CBD kind of skates underneath that. And what I don't understand is why all the benefits of hemp itself, why that is still illegal. I guess because they think you're going to take the rope that you make from the hemp or make a tea out of it. I don't know. But the CBD market, I mean, just CBD, let's isolate CBD. Let's forget about legalized marijuana. Let's talk about CBD because that relates highly to e-commerce because there's a lot of people that are selling CBD products online. The CBD market will hit 22 billion with a B by 2022. It shows no sign of slowing down. I think it's pretty incredible given the benefits that have been touted for years and finally now it's gone mainstream, right? I think it's a great thing.
Yeah, I think so too. There's so many shops opening. The problem with it though is it depends where you are. So for like Shopify, I think you can do CBD stuff in Canada because they're from Canada, right. But they won't let you run anything in US, any shop in US on their platform. So you still have
really?
Yeah, so you still have
you would have to do a quote unquote homegrown shop. Get what I'm doing there? But you can't sell anything cannabis CBD related on Shopify.
No, not in US. I'm pretty sure you can in Canada, but you can't do it here, which is kind of, it is what it is. I think it's more because of the laws and how they're structured. So CBD is still like a weird gray area, right? I think in New York, they're shutting down a whole bunch of CBD things, like actual stores. So it's been interesting, but the progression of it from CBD to marijuana and, all the stores now I think it's big. I mean, that market is going to be huge and it's already huge wherever it's legal. So, I think it's another another few years and you're going to see it everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at past 2 years, I mean, that whole market on both sides, and like for marijuana and CBD, has grown so much.
Oh, absolutely. There's more laws being passed every day. And I think they may even do recreational marijuana in New Jersey, which would be a wonderful thing for me, because then I can just drive across the bridge and get my CBD oils. So yeah, it's really interesting. Big, huge business, lots of medical benefits for people with anxiety, MS, epilepsy, and it doesn't get you high. That is the misconception that people have had for years, is that CBD gets you high. CBD does not get you high. It just has the parts of the marijuana that relaxes you and chills you the hell out.
Basically, I mean, there's more to it, but it doesn't have the THC side of it.
It doesn't have the THC. I didn't want to get all Mr. Science on it there. It doesn't have this THC. So what I'd like to do before we close out the story, I found a great story about Willie Nelson. I had heard this when I was younger. Willie Nelson smoked marijuana on the roof of the White House. So this was back in the 70s when Jimmy Carter was president. He was friends with Jimmy Carter because they're good old Southern boys. He was visiting the White House and he climbed up on the roof with a companion. And they looked out on the stars and looked across, and quote from Willie: "Sitting on the roof of the White House in Washington, D.C. late last night with a beer in one hand and a fat Austin torpedo in the other. The companion on the roof was pointing out to me the sights and layout, how the streets run in Washington. I let the weed cover me with a pleasing cloud. I guess the roof of the White House is the safest place to smoke dope." So for years, the legend went, no one knew who the companion was. He never stated.
Yeah.
Biographies that came out. And Nelson continued to remain coy about the story, but when asked about it in interviews in 2012, a CNN reporter asked him, "Is it true you rolled a joint on the roof of the White House?" His response was, "No, I rolled it before I got up there." So the interview pressed again and said if it was President Carter's middle son, Chip, that joined him for a smoke session, Nelson came as close to confirming it as possible. He says, "Looked a lot like it. Yeah, could have been. So we don't know." He was up there with one of the Carter kids.
Yeah.
Weed,
That's
which
funny.
is, scandalous for back in that day. And now people smoke pot right in front of the White House. All right, cool story. Let me tell you guys about today's sponsor. Listen, shipping can be complex. And with uncertainty over cost and deciding which carrier to use, plus tracking your packages, things get a little confusing. That's why we recommend SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes. With SendPro Online, it's easy to save time and money no matter what you send, from letters and packages to overnights and flats. And SendPro Online lets you easily compare rates from USPS, UPS, and FedEx, all in one online tool. There's no software required. It's all in the cloud. It's all up in the sky. You just go on your computer and use your printer to print shipping labels and stamps. SendPro users also get a free 10-pound scale to help you weigh your packages and accurately calculate the cost of shipping, so you'll never, ever, ever overpay. And listen, folks, in January, postal rates went up, but you could save up to 40% off USPS priority mail shipping and 5 cents off every letter you send just by using SendPro Online. SendPro Online is only $14.99 a month, and eCommerce Minute listeners can get a free 30-day trial when you visit pb.com/minute. Bart, do you have anything to add?
Nope.
All right.
I just need more coffee. That's about it.
You need some CBD coffee. All right. You can check out, we'll have a link to the Willie's Reserve and the coffee and all that stuff on our website, ecommerceminute.co. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe, or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion, or just want to say hi, find us on social media @SumoHeavy.